Alright, I'm not sure if this is even news, but someone requested this. They want me to talk about the Xbox Series X. What is there to say about it? Well, it's got 12 teraflops. Like, okay. Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, depending on where you are, had blast processing. No one knows what that is. Who cares if it's got 12 teraflops? What fucking games does it have? What fucking games does it have? The controller is exactly the same. The controller looks exactly the same. The D-pad maybe looks a bit better, but it's essentially the same. It's still got those bulky shoulder buttons, and I'm not a fan of whatsoever. It looks 90% the same as the last controller. What are we looking at here? The marketing at Microsoft is horrendous. You've got the Xbox One X, then you've got the Xbox Series X, which is horrendous marketing. They're putting the console on its side again. I don't know why. Like, the CD drive needs to be flat. I mean, we know that. So why do they continue to try and market these consoles as they can be stood on their side when we know that damages the disk drive? This thing is fucking huge. Like, it's not even going to fit on my shelf where my Xboxes normally go. Even the original Xbox One is fucking smaller than this thing in terms of, like, width and shit. So how is it going to fit on your fucking shelf, man? This is... what are we looking at here? Why do people get hyped for these things? It's like the Nintendo Switch. It's just a shit version of the Wii U. Yet people get hyped over it. It's like, I have absolutely no clue with these people. People think that the specs is gonna do something. It's like, when has specs ever actually mattered? Ever? When has specs ever won a console race? Normally the console that isn't the highest spec wins. This just happens that the PlayStation 4 did win this console race. But most of the time, the console that has lower specs wins the console race. So even if the PlayStation 5 doesn't have as good a specs as this, doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit. Are we going to play God of War on this? It doesn't fucking matter. Microsoft has nothing. They put all their games on the PC, and none of their games are going to be exclusive for like 2 years because they're going to still be available on the other Xbox One consoles. This is not an Xbox One console, but it is an Xbox One console because it looks exactly the fucking same. That controller's the same. Okay, are they planning on changing the fucking interface and the dashboard and everything so it's like different on this one, or is it exactly the same software and shit? Is it going to look exactly... Who knows, right? I'm not going to read all this. I'm not going to attempt to read all this. It's by Phil Spencer. What has Phil Spencer done, man? He's killed the Xbox brand. That's what he's done. Nobody has done more to hurt Xbox more than Phil Spencer. So why am I going to read a fucking article when literally the first two things I see on it, first of all, you've got games, which I don't understand why that's written there, because why does it say games? What's that going to do with anything? Is that the subtext? Like, how, like, that doesn't, like, that never happens again. Like, they don't put it like that. So that's, is that like, was that like a placeholder for like what they were going to talk about for games, and then they just put games? Or do I have to click on games? Like, I click on games and then what? Like, how do... This is nothing to do. This is nothing to do with anything. It's a link to old ass shit, right? That's what it is. It's a link to old ass shit. So where's the games, Phil? Why is that even there? How did that get through? And then it's like, what can you expect from the next generation of gaming? So you're telling me that the power of the consoles are going to increase? Oh, I thought they were going to go backwards a step. Obviously. I mean, that makes total sense, doesn't it? I mean, what are you going to talk about the specs of this thing and what it can do? It's like, none of that fucking matters right now, okay? Are you going to have Game Pass shit? A game's going to be fucking free, essentially. Or are you going to actually make quality games that people actually want to buy? Okay? Like, there's actually I've heard about this. There's actually going to be a feature in this, right? Where you can resume a game in progress, right? They talked about that with the Xbox One. That was already a thing, and it never happened. And now it's going to be in this thing. When new games, the newest games they have, like Gears of War 5, crash all the time. You have to go back to the fucking menu to get them to work and shit. But you're just going to pick up with them halfway through. Like, that's bullshit. That's utter bullshit. What can you expect from the next generation of gaming? I'm going to expect microtransactions, because they're fun. I'm going to expect, like, overpriced fucking games, season passes, or subscription Netflix game services with really shitty connections where you can't even fucking move. That's where we're going. So what is it to be hyped about? This is going to be the worst console generation ever. I'm in no rush. No fucking rush to buy any of these consoles. That includes the PlayStation 5. That includes this fucking failed Xbox fucking Series X, where the fuck it is. What's the rush here? What is the fucking rush? You've got to upgrade your freaking TVs, most of you, to fucking get any of this shit. It's like, oh, we've got 120 fucking frames or whatever. It's like, okay, how many people have a TV that does 120 frames? Yeah, a lot of PC guys have monitors that do that shit. But, you know, some of us actually like to, like, watch TV on our TVs. You know, that we have our game systems hooked up to, you know, hence console gaming, because, you know, that's how console gaming is. You know, this thing is trying to be a PC. If you want a PC, then just get a PC. And Xbox has all its games on PC anyway, so why would you make your console more like a PC? So I don't know what else to say to talk about. I mean, we could just scroll through here. I mean, like, I suppose... Oh, this is such bullshit. I can't read this sort of stuff, man. The future of gaming has never been more inspiring. Creativity in games is flourishing. What a crock of shit. There is no creativity in games anymore. They just copy Call of Duty. That's what they do with Halo. They just copy Call of Duty. What's Gears doing? Oh, they copied the Fortnite store. Everybody just copies each other. There's no creativity. There's nothing new. There's nothing exciting. It's just a fucking circle jerk amongst fucking tards who can't make games to begin with. The cloud. You talked about the cloud with the Xbox One. The power of the cloud. It became like a fucking meme, okay? And you're still going about the fucking cloud. Fucking seriously, man. Quick resume for multiple games. This is just... I can't believe this shit, man. Who cares about that? Is it the power of the solid state drive and the SSD? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Yeah, this is just hardware specs that mean jack. Because what are we comparing it to? If we haven't got the PlayStation 5's fucking shit next to it, then what are we comparing it to? PCs? PC's always going to be fucking better because you can make it better. You can look at that and go, okay, I'm going to make a PC that's better than that, like tomorrow. So, or as good as. So now that you know what fucking shit that is in the Xbox One Series X, now all you got to do is make a PC that's as good as a Series X, and every single game on next gen for the Xbox will work on your PC, right? Because it's the same fucking shit on the console. So if you make a PC that's higher than these settings, you're good to go. So why not just do that? Is that what you're comparing it to, the PC? Or are you comparing it to the PlayStation 5 that hasn't released it yet? Okay, how do we know the PlayStation 5 isn't going to be more powerful than this? I mean, I know they're saying it's not, but, you know. Does it need to be? I mean, Sony has the fucking exclusive. Sony is in the lead. And Microsoft's got to do something. They've got to pull something out of their ass, okay? PlayStation 5 is probably going to be a cheaper system if it's not as fucking powerful, and that might undercut Microsoft completely. I mean, this is... Like, we talk about Game Pass and shit, like, and then that's it. Like, I tell you what, guys, if people are hyped for this crap, then what is the point? There's literally nothing to talk about, okay? What is the difference between Halo Infinite on the fucking Xbox One versus Halo Infinite on the Xbox Series X? Both of them suck. What, one sucks less than the other one? Like, there's nothing to talk about here. There's no new Gears of War game because that's way off in the distance. This one is okay. It's not that great. The one they just had. Well, that's going to be on the Series X, and that's going to be fucking amazing. What, the game we've already completed that is fucking boring the shit out of me right now. And that's the fucking games. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing here. Okay, there's more. I'm more interested in Gears Tactics on the PC, which is actually, you know, coming out, and that's a PC exclusive. So how does that make sense? Why isn't that not on the Series X? Like, this is... You've got exclusive PC games that are Xbox IPs that are not on the console, and you want us to buy a console to play what? Forza? To play Call of Duty for the 90 millionth time? Like, yeah, we're not tired of those. Like, even Halo games, how many of them we had? What are we doing here? Where's the excitement? What, we can play Fortnite on this thing? Wow, that's fucking amazing. That's so worthwhile spending fucking, I don't know, $600, $500, whatever fucking stupid price they're gonna put on this thing. Yeah, I'm so hyped for that. Like, man, I hope the controllers are better, because the controllers on the fucking S that I bought, not the X or the Series X or the Xbox S, the white one, not the one without the disc drive, but the one with the disc drive, just to confuse it even more. Yeah, the controllers that came with that were shit. They were like cheap as fuck, like compared to the ones that came with the original Xbox One and at the time. So the quality's gone down. So how is this controller for quality? Who knows? Hopefully better, but not necessarily. Give me a reason, Microsoft. Give me a fucking reason to buy the fucking system. Balls in your court, man. Give me a reason. You're not giving me a reason. You're not giving anybody a fucking reason. Oh, it's got 12 teraflops. It's not a reason. It's not a fucking reason. It doesn't... There's going to be some hardware junkies that are going to buy this no matter what. They were buying it no matter what anyway. Whether it was fucking 8 teraflops or 12 teraflops, they would have bought it anyway. That's not the point. Okay, right? What about normal consumers? What are you giving them? What can they expect? What fucking games is what I'm trying to get at. What fucking games, Microsoft? Even if they're multi-platform games, what games? What games have you got coming at launch for this thing? We know Cyberpunk is on the old Xbox, so what we got? There's no standalone versions of each of these games now. It's the same game on both, so our game's going to be held back so that they're crammed onto old hardware, so that's going to mean they're not going to take advantage of this hardware because they're going to be restricted by the old hardware. You know, is the hardware situation going to cause more fucking issues? Not hyped. Not hyped. Never been more fucking not hyped for a fucking video game system. Look at the thing. It doesn't even look appealing. It doesn't look appealing to the eye. So what are we getting this thing for? What fucking games? Games I can play on the Xbox One S? What's what we're getting here? Games I can play on the Xbox One S. That's the fucking pitch. Buy this console so you can play the exact same games that you can play on the Xbox One S. Oh, but you can't do unlocked 120 fucking frame rate fucking bullshit, 12 teraflops. It's the same game. And the games aren't even good. Halo Infinite's not a good fucking game. Don't even want to play it. can play it for free on the Xbox S, do you think I'm going to spend $500, $600 on a fucking system? Because that's what people are saying this thing's going to cost. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, however much it costs. Okay, if it's a penny, why would I spend a penny for the same shit? It's the same fucking game. It's still crap. I don't want to play it anyway, but now you want me to spend more money to play the exact same fucking game that I can play on a system or on the PC? Oh, it'll be better quality on the Xbox Series X. Better quality shit? Games not even good? Where's the good games? Where's like a fucking Perfect Dark sequel or something to give it? Like the new Fable, is that a real leak? Is that true? Like, is it a really good fucking Fable? Are they like making it like Fable 1 where it was actually kick ass, or is it like a fucking Fable 2 or a 3 which is just like nowhere near as good? Where are the games? What fucking games? What are we investing our money into this system for? Okay? Power means nothing if you don't have the games behind it. Look at the fucking Dreamcast, the Sega Saturn. Those systems failed, even though they were like better quality than their counterparts in a lot of ways. The freaking Dreamcast came out way before the PlayStation 2, and it's like counted as like, oh, it's been part of that generation, but it was already dead before that generation started. It was more a fucking like a Nintendo Switch of its time, where it kind of came out quite close to the Saturn and started competing with the 64 and the PlayStation 1, and it couldn't even compete with those systems. So power doesn't mean anything. How long have I been an Xbox guy for? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, I got my first Xbox original in 2003, right? And then I bought the 360 at launch. Didn't get the Xbox One at launch, but I did get it like probably less than a year from when it came out. Got the original with the Kinect and shit. Like I've been Xbox for years. Like Xbox is my primary system and has been for a long fucking time. I'm not buying this fucking thing. What is it for? What is it fucking for? It just confuses me. Like, it's a system that has no games. Why did I buy the 360? It was to play Perfect Dark and Cameo and those games at launch, right? And I knew obviously there was going to be Halo and stuff coming down the line, but there was none of that at launch. I didn't buy it at launch for that, did I? Okay, there's Call of Duty 2. That was another one what I ended up getting, but I didn't buy it for that. But honestly, like, we had something to look forward to. Even like Saints Row, that was so hyped. Like, and Elder Scrolls 4, that was so hyped. There was so much fucking hype around the 360 when it came out, and subsequent months later, there was a lot of hype about different games. Now, imagine if, like, you were like, oh yeah, Saints Row, the GTA killer. You know, whether you want to laugh at that now, that's how it was billed. You know, is a good game. Is it a GTA killer? No, obviously not. But it was a good game, and it was exclusive to the 360. And then they got GTA 4 anyway, so we got both. We had two freaking games to play. Mass Effect, that was huge. That was a huge fucking game for the 360. We don't get any of this shit now. There's nothing coming out. Even if there is good games coming out, you're going to be able to play them on the older hardware or the PC. There's no reason to buy this system for anything. Unless you like want to make everything ultra high settings amazing. But if you're the kind of person that wants to make things ultra high settings amazing, why the fuck not just get a fucking PC? Which would allow you to do that anyway. And it's going to allow you to do more stuff, like make videos like this and stuff like that. I cannot see this ending well. I'm not going to make a prediction that this system is going to fail, but I'm going to say I don't think it will be a success based on just my personal feelings on the matter. Not like, oh, I know for a fact, or I don't see people buying a system that has the same games as the other system. I don't see people buying a system that you can have shit on PC. There's so many people that can get the same content, albeit not as like visually impressive in some cases or whatever, on other systems or in other ways. So why would they buy this system? Like, if the Xbox One S is in store and next to the Xbox One S, the Xbox Series X is next to it, and you don't know fuck all about anything, you go, okay, which one should I buy? Well, this one's fucking 200 quid and this one's 600 quid. Well, why would I spend 600 quid? What can this one do that this one can't? Well, this one gives you 120 frames. Most people aren't going to even care about that, or even understand it. They have to have a TV that runs 120 frames to even get that kind of shit. So why is that? Why is that a thing? Okay, I want to play the new Halo. Okay, let's buy an Xbox S because it's got fucking Halo on it. Why do I need this Series X? I want to play Gears of War. Right, let's buy the fucking Xbox S. There's no reason to buy the fucking Series X. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Is Microsoft planning to like clear the shelves of all these other systems, like all their older systems? They just released the Xbox X like a year ago. They're competing with themselves. They're competing with themselves. Sega used to do this shit, and we all know what happened to them. Sega competed with themselves. They had like the 32X at the same time as the Saturn. They had like CD add-ons for the Mega Drive and shit. Like, when they know they're making a fucking CD console, the Saturn, why not wait for the Saturn? No, let's fucking have an add-on for the Mega Drive that plays CDs, like CD games. Like, why do that? Never made sense, really, did it? And it didn't go anywhere. So it's and that's what Microsoft's doing. They're the new Sega. The new Sega. They're fucking... It doesn't make sense. You're competing with yourself. The two consoles on the shelf, they're both yours. They don't mind competing with Sony. They're competing with themselves for shelf space. They have, like, 3 versions of the Xbox One, and now they have the Series X. And most people aren't even going to know that that's a new system because it sounds the same as the other ones, because it's just Xbox Series X. Yeah, they haven't got the Xbox One in it, but no one understood what the Xbox One was all about in the first place. So you got an Xbox X versus a Series X, which sounds the fucking same. Okay, if some kid asks for a Series X for Christmas, and then his mum goes into the shop to buy it for him, and it's like, okay, there's the Xbox X for 200 or 300 or whatever the fuck it is, or 400, I don't even know. Or there's the Series X for fucking 600. Like, they're going to buy the cheaper one, because they ain't going to know the fucking difference, and the kid's just going to want to play Fortnite anyway, and the kid probably won't even know the fucking difference, some of them, because an Xbox is a fucking Xbox is a fucking Xbox. This is fucking madness. You killed their biggest franchise, Halo. No one... Even if, like, can you imagine, like, even if Halo Infinite was amazing, and it wasn't being made by 343, because that's the only way that would happen. So we're talking about a completely different game here. But imagine if it was gonna be fucking amazing. I still wouldn't buy a fucking Series fucking X. What's the point? You can play it on the console you currently own. Or you can play it on a PC. Or you can invest in your PC and upgrade it and make it as good as the fucking Xbox fucking Series X. And there's no price on this thing yet, so this thing could be really retarded in price. Like, we don't know. I'm going to call that a wrap, guys. Feel free to subscribe. Let me know what you think. See you later.